friends, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams. I'm really excited today to share with you my bookstore crawl that I did for Independent Bookstore Day, which was April 27th, just this past weekend. If you watched my weekend vlog, you will have seen that part of my day was spent going to bookstores on Saturday. I did go to one on Friday as well, but I decided to separate those two videos, the bookstore crawl and my weekend, because it just would have been way too long. So here we are today to talk about all the bookstores that I went to in the Richmond area. I did go to 7 bookstores throughout the course of the weekend, 6 on Saturday and 1 on Friday. So you're going to get a little glimpse of each bookstore, and then at the end I will share with you all of the books and puzzles that I got throughout the day for Independent Bookstore Day. I love this day every year of getting to support my local area bookstores. Some are used, some are new books, some have a mixture of both, and I really love them. Some I love better than others, and some I've really connected already with some of the workers, which is really fun. And I hope that you enjoy watching this little glimpse of Richmond, Virginia area bookstores. Okay, I'm at the first bookstore. Well, the only one for today. It's called Book People, and it's right in that plaza. Before I went in, I wanted to take a minute to look through my Amazon wish list and my want to read list on Goodreads to just kind of refresh my mind about books that are already on my radar. But I really don't have any plans of anything specific. This bookstore is a combo of used and new. Their prices have gone up quite a bit since they moved into this location. I'm sure their rent is higher than what it used to be, but it's a better location for them because it's in a plaza. I understand that, but their prices have gone up just a little bit. I will probably try to only get one from each bookstore that I go to because I'm going to 7 bookstores. We'll see what happens over the course of the weekend, but my plan is to just go in and buy one book. I didn't take my sweatshirt off because I ended up putting my air on. It's still kind of chilly outside, so I just was hot because of moving all those books around. Let's go in, see what we can find. I'm not sure I'm going to film in there. Depends on how many people are around. We'll see. It's almost more awkward to film when there's nobody in the store. So I ended up getting Simon Sort of Says because it is one of the middle grade March book club reads for this year, and I knew I was going to get it anyway, so I just got it here. Middle grade won a Newbery Honor this year, and it was nominated for the long list of the National Book Award, so that's pretty cool. I had to wait a minute because someone had pulled right up next to me, and I had to wait till they got out of their car. But I just, look at me, how cute I am. Oh my word, it's kind of ridiculous. I just finished at the first store. I tried to go rather quickly because I'm trying to get back to the vendor event, but I did buy the paperback of Crow Mary. I'm very excited to own this. I've heard good things about it. It was on the bookseller, like the bookshop owner's top 10 of last year. So that was something that sold me on it as well. I already knew I wanted to read this one. And the other things that I was considering were hardcover middle grades, which were about the same price as this. And I kind of wanted this a little bit more. But on the way out the door, you could grab a little snack to fuel your bookstore crawl. And she has some blind date with the books. Basically, all they have on them is a genre. This one says historical fiction. I was debating between historical fiction and mystery, but this is a hardcover, and I figure if it's something I already own, I can go back to the vendor event and pop it up on my table. Oh my word. How funny. It is something I already own. It's the women. I definitely could sell this. I might wait until I put my Pango shop back up, or I'll give it to one of my patrons. That's an option. I can't believe this. They must have got a bunch of copies of this or something. I'm not sure why this one, let me get the tape off it. I mean, it looks like it's in brand new condition. Oh, you know what? This is why. There's a little tiny rip on the dust jacket. And so they don't want to sell them like that. And I think the publisher will send them new ones if they complain about it. So this is just one that they're not going to sell. I am not sad about that little tiny rip. Put a little piece of tape on the back of it. Good as new. For real. I think patrons, this is going to be a book that gets given to one of you. I need to do some giveaways over there. I love that I just got that for free. Holy moly, a hardcover copy of The Women for free? What? Okay, on to the next one, which is a used bookstore. I'm going to try not to spend too long in there. It's 11:18 and my goal is to be done by 2. That might be pushing it, but I'm going to try. I'm so excited. There's a game to play. I'm doing it. Can I do it quickly though? That is the question. Fun. This is one of my favorite used bookstores. The Midlo Book Exchange. Jam-packed full and the nicest ladies ever. So nice and super organized. It's the best. The best. There's my puzzle stack. More puzzles than books. 2 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 puzzles. I can't help myself. All right, I've decided I'm only going to go to 4 today, plus the one that I went to yesterday, and that's going to be it. So I have 2 more that are kind of in walking distance in this little shopping area. And there's this one little parking off-street parking lot that's very small, and it's usually where I can find a spot, but sometimes it's full, especially on a Saturday. But I found a spot today. So I'm very excited about that. So the next one I'm going to is BBGB, which is a children's bookstore, and Shelf Life, which is down on the next block, which is combo used and new. So in that last bookstore, Midlothian Book Exchange, I love the ladies in there. They're so nice, and they recognized me, and one of them talked about my channel. She watches my channel, which is really fun, and they loved my face painting, obviously, and I bought more puzzles than books because their puzzles are so cheap. I forget what they're even priced at, but then because I had like store credit, that takes another half, like everything is half off. The books are half off, and then with store credit, you can do another half off of that. So that's what it was for the 2 books, but the puzzles are a cheap price. I think $5 maybe for 1,000-piece puzzles, but then I get half off of that. So it was like $2.50. So I bought 5 puzzles. 2 or 3 of them are bookish, and then a couple are not, but I'm very excited about it. So I'm going to grab my bag. Let's go. I just wanted to show you all the things that I got today. This is a pile, and then there's more on the little table right here. Oh my goodness, so many things. So in the very last bookstore that I went into, it's called the Book Bar. And it's a pretty small bookstore, and she doesn't keep a lot of inventory. It's pretty new. It's only just over 2 years old. But I did pick up Saving Ruby King by Catherine Adele West. I think that this sounds really good. Faith, family, secrets, everything in this world comes full circle. But what is the price for turning a blind eye? It's going to be about this friendship, a precarious situation, race issues. I just think that that sounds like a really interesting contemporary. Next on this pile have these 5 puzzles that I got from the Book Exchange. So I'll just show you these quickly. Because they take up a lot of space. So I grabbed this Great American Novels one. So just all the book covers. I have not done this one before, but it looks fun. I like this kind of a puzzle. I also got this kitchen one, Chickens in the Kitchen. This is an Ebu. This is an Ebu puzzle. Really thought that was cute. Then I think these are all bookish. I got this one. This is one that my BookTube besties and I did together, but I think we did the 1,000-piece version of it when we were in Wisconsin. But I just thought that that's so cozy and delightful. So I grabbed that one. I like a 500-piece puzzle sometimes. They're just a little faster. I can do them all in one sitting. This is also a 500-piece holidays across the USA. That will be a pretty easy and fun one to do at Christmas time. And then this one is just called In the Bookstore. I love it. This just looks like a fun one as well. That's another 1,000-piece one. Also from the Book Exchange, I picked up 2 books, and one of them is bookish. I got a little cozy mystery, A Murder for the Books by Victoria Gilbert. It was on the table where all the books were book related. So I thought that would be fun. I do like a mystery, and I haven't dipped my toe too far into the cozy mystery genre, but I think I would like them, some of them. And then this book I had never heard of before, Splendors and Glooms. I picked it up because Laura Amy Schlitz is the author of Good Masters, Sweet Ladies, which was a Newbery winner that I read during middle grade March and absolutely loved. That was a book of poetry. This is not. This is prose, so it's regular, but it's middle grade. It did win a Newbery honor, and I really just liked her writing, and I'm hoping for something similar. And the cover looks appealing. I honestly didn't even read what it's about. Let's take a look. Victorian London, a novel of loneliness and loyalty, friendship and fate. The master puppeteer Grassini is so expert at manipulating his stringed puppets that they appear alive. With his orphaned assistants, he goes to perform in the home of Clara Wintermute, the only child of a wealthy doctor. Clara is spellbound by the gaudy show and escaped from her life of grief, guilt, and secrets. But Grassini's assistants are dazzled by the sumptuous Wintermute home. When Clara vanishes, suspicion falls on the puppeteer, leading his assistants to discover his criminal past and evil intentions. Fleeing London, they find themselves in a trap set by Grassini's ancient rival, a witch looking to shed her deadly inheritance before it's too late. That sounds good. It sounds like a good October kind of slightly creepy, mysterious, magical vibes. I think I'm going to like that one. I had never heard of it before, so let me know if you've heard of that one. In the children's bookstore, I had such a good conversation with one of the workers in there. She commented on my middle grade March sweatshirt, and I have earrings on, and I had my cheeks painted at that point in time. So she just kind of commented on my bookish attire. And then we just got talking, and I told her that I have a YouTube channel and I was trying to film in the store, blah, blah, blah. And I had picked up Mexikid, and she saw it in my hand and she said, it's fantastic. I had such a good conversation with her about this. And I asked her if she read When Stars Are Scattered, and she loved that one. This is a graphic memoir by Pedro Martin, and this did win a Newbery honor this year as well. I knew I wanted to take a look at this, and I really enjoy graphic memoirs. I think that might be one of my favorite. I'm not a huge graphic novel person, but I do like graphic memoirs. And this is, is Pedro the illustrator as well, I guess. So this is going to be pretty cool to read through. So I'm excited for that one. In another bookstore called Shelf Life, which was combo new books and used books, I did pick up a used book from upstairs, The Bright Side Running Club by Josie Lloyd. This was on my anticipated reads list when it first came out. I think 2022, I want to say. Yeah, 2022. All I know is it's about a group of women who run together and work out life together and find hope together. And I had this on my anticipated reads. It's on my NetGalley, and it's one that I still am very interested in reading. It'll be kind of a contemporary friendship story with a little bit of heart, hopefully. I'm looking forward to that. I think I did show this. The first bookstore that I went into, I got Crow Mary and The Women. But Crow Mary is the one that I bought by Kathleen Grissom. This is 1872 Montana. Crow Mary marries Abe Farwell, a white fur trader, accompanies him to his trading post in the Cypress Hills of Saskatchewan, Canada. In the spring of 1873, they're preparing to return to Montana when they witness the Cypress Hills massacre, in which 40 innocent Nakota are killed by a drunken gang. Following the massacre, Crow Mary single-handedly rescues 5 Nakota women who are being held captive and abused by the gang. Thus, she sets off a whirlwind of colliding cultures that brings out the worst and the best in the cast of unforgettable characters and pushes the love between Farwell and Crow Mary to the breaking point. Okay, so this is inspired by the life of the real Crow Mary, and her great-granddaughter kind of endorsed this story, as well as Crow elders and Crow scholars. This is an epic love story that sweeps across decades, showcases the beauty of the natural world, and probes the intimacies of a marriage and one woman's heart. I really loved The Kitchen House and Glory Over Everything by Kathleen Grissom. I know this was the group read, I believe, for a Historathon a while ago. I just didn't get to it. I think it was the group read. I just didn't get to it at that time, and now I own it. And then at the final bookstore that I went to, I picked up 2 books, and then because I bought something, I got a bingo. They were playing a game as well. They had a bingo. If your purchase made a bingo, you got to spin a wheel and get a free book. So I picked up another anticipated read of mine, The Finders Keepers Library. Look how adorable and springy, summery that cover is. Oh my goodness. I couldn't resist. But this is on my anticipated reads list, so I knew I wanted to read that one. Amanda has just talked about A Shadow in Moscow by Catherine Ray. She's an author that I would like to read to zero. I've read quite a few books by her and really enjoyed them. This is another historical fiction by her, and I didn't love The London House, I think it was called, which was her first kind of foray into historical fiction, and I didn't love it. But Amanda from On the Middle Shelf, she just really, really loved this recently, so I grabbed this one as well. And I also picked up the Indie Bookstore tote bag because why not? And this one says, "The future is indie. Shop indie bookstores." So I really love the tote bag I currently am using almost every day is last year's Indie Bookstore bag. And so I'm going to start using this one now, switch it up to the current year one. And then I thought I would open this with you. So when I spun the prize wheel, I got Thriller. And so this is kind of similar, I think, to when I got The Women, like extras that they're not going to be able to sell for some reason. And so let's see what I got. Where You End by Abbott Kaler. Ooh, there's bunny masks on the front. That looks a little scary. It's a debut fiction. I guess he's Abbott Kaler has written nonfiction, I believe. From best-selling nonfiction author Abbott Kaler comes a spellbinding fiction debut inspired by true events. An unusual form of amnesia derails the lives of identical twins, forcing them to face the indelible, dangerous shadow of the past. And that's all I'm going to read. So it deals with twins. Maybe one of them is psycho. I really don't know. I don't want to read any more than that. Maybe I'll just dive into this and give it a try. I don't know. I'm a little nervous about that one. A little nervous. So that is it. Those are the 7 bookstores that I visited for Independent Bookstore Day 2024. I hope that you enjoyed seeing my haul and a little glimpse into each of the bookstores. And I would love to chat with you down in the comments below. Have you read any of the books that I picked up? Did you go to any bookstores or support any bookstores for Independent Bookstore Day? I normally don't spend full price on books. It's fun for this one day to kind of go whole hog and like buy a book at each bookstore. I know there are a lot of other ways to support your local independent bookstores. Following them on Instagram is a great way. And I will have links to all the stores that I visited today. If they have an Instagram page, I will link that down below. That's a great way to show support as well. I know Libro FM, if you're mostly an audiobook listener, Libro FM is a way to support a local independent bookstore. You can have your purchase go towards that bookstore and you can change it up as many times as you want. It doesn't have to be local to you. Bookshop.org is another way to support local bookstores by shopping online. There are lots of ways to support your bookstores. If you don't have a local independent near you, feel free to adopt one of the ones you saw in today's video. Let's chat down in the comments. I love talking with you down there. And thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel with your love and comments and likes and all of the things. And I look forward to talking with you in another video very soon. Bye.